for you, I will drive directly into a tree isolated to your half of the car, and it will work flawlessly.
What I want, you got, and it might be hard to handle. Just laying there, spread eagle, getting your dick sucked, ball toe sucked, and all 10 of your dick fingers sucked.
Even the biggest nipple is still the tiniest dick. In the tooth.
Got a shit in the little tooth, like a little tooth gem.
Get my little tooth. Hey guys, how's it going?
What's up?
Episode 135, which feels more important than other numbers for some reason.
Yeah, it has a very official feel to it, like big, bold, like 135, like Schoolhouse Rock letters. Not 134, not 136. 136 feels weird.
Yeah, we don't have to go there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We can take
Stop
it right here. Not stop here, drive this off of a cliff.
Okay.
Into another cliff.
Okay.
And then
then falls into 137, and we just skip 136 completely.
Fuck it. We are 138, the Misfits song. 187 on a motherfucking cop. The Snoop Dogg lyric. All right, so we've got some things to look forward to.
We've got some milestones coming up.
We'll have to remember those two things.
We won't, because we can't remember anything.
That
We're going to forget everything we talked about.
Them saying we are 138 in different ways for like 2 minutes or whatever, and I've always been like, how is this a song? They also have one that's 40 eyes in my head, and it's just that over and over, and then sometimes they go, they're all the same. I guess they say, when you're seeing 40 things at a time, you just can't close your eyes. Some Misfits lyrics are insane.
I mean, like, not in a good way.
No, some of them are very bad.
You feel like you could make up a Misfits song on the spot if you had to?
Yeah, I have a joke that I always say that is, just watch a horror movie, because like their first stuff is just like Teenagers from Mars, we don't care. Teenagers from Mars, we don't care. Astro Zombies, that one is like, that's probably my favorite Misfits song. What the fuck else is there? There's like Return of the Fly, Return of the Fly, with Vincent Price, yes, Return of the Fly.
Basically sing in a low register and talk about horror movies.
Pretend to be Elvis. Basically just say the name of a horror movie and then maybe a fact or some information. Or then Can we say Rob Zombie does it better then? No, I can't say that. Misfits that's what I mean. It's so great because you're like, this is like,
it doesn't have to be more than what it is.
And then on the other end, sometimes they go crazy hard and they're like, bodies ripped up like shredded wheat. And you're like, what? This is the weirdest analogy.
No.
And then other times they say crazy shit.
Not like Cannibal Corpse crazy, though.
They said some shit that I'm always like, this came out in the late 70s. Mm-hmm. Bullet, the song about JFK's head being blown off.
Oh, yeah.
And then they say, Jackie O, you have to get my cum as his life source. You can suck me or fuck me or be devoid and masturbate me. Masturbate me.
I don't recall
then
this
slurp
one.
It from your palms like a dry desert, soaking up rain, soaking up sun. There's another song that has a lyric that I don't even know if we can say anymore. That's how fucking crazy it is. Like, yeah, listen to the Misfits. I have been, obviously.
Yeah, clearly you've been listening to a lot of Misfits.
I think
you're
they're
doing
top
all right.
3. It's adding on to my...
Yeah, there's just things that keep adding up that just paint one big picture of concern.
They're top 3 pivotal, like, punk band. Like, there's 3, and I feel like they don't get their credit. You know what I mean? And we don't acknowledge Misfits after Danzig left. It's a big point. I'm glad we finally brought it up so everyone knows. Don't ever fucking reference anything. Misfits is with Glenn Danzig, and afterwards we just forget that exists.
What about Jerry?
Jerry's fine because he was a founding member, but he can't. I mean, you know what I mean? I want a little stupid ass Danzig.
Little stupid Danzig.
You know what it is.
Just yelling about stuff.
Hey folks, do you have strong opinions about the Misfits? Go to www.misfits.com probably. Right?
Maybe.
Or the Misfits. It's hard, but I think they couldn't. Yeah, there was a weird thing. I'm not going to continue this. This is not my side Misfits podcast.
This is not the Misfits podcast.
Called
Podfits.
Oh my God, that's the worst possible.
Yeah, exactly.
Option.
It has to be so bad. I'm like,
really? A song. Podfits. That just sounds like they snip out angry segments of different podcasts. I'm sad that we went on that Misfits rant because I feel like people turned it off, and I have high hopes for this episode.
Why?
Believe it or not. Because we got some good content.
We got some stuff coming in.
And they turned it off because they were like, no one cares
about
the
Misfits.
No one gives a fuck about
Jerry.
www.dapperdadspodcast.com. That's where all the shit is in one hot diggity dog place. Damn.
Hot dog, hot diggity dog.
I don't know. I only know Misfits songs.
It's a song.
I doubt it.
I'm
Return of the
trying to convince you. Return of the hybrid.
You're like, what?
Return of the
Hybrid Moments is a song that's
with
based on a
Boris Karloff.
Yeah, I gotta watch that.
Boris, come and shred my hot dog.
You can submit to us on the website. We have one. It is riveting.
Go buy some stuff. Go to the merch store.
Yeah, you can buy some stuff too. We're not making no more merch because nobody gives a shit about what we do have.
Nobody wants no more merch.
So maybe we're taking some shit away.
Buy more merch that we have and maybe we'll make more.
Right. There was something that was supposed to come. I don't know if it is. I'm kind of... We have a lot of merch. We have the best podcast merch of any podcast. And there's a lot of it. So, I mean, like, what more do you want?
Yeah.
Tell us what you want. And then you'll tell us
Cover your body with it.
You'll tell us something that we just can't facilitate.
You'll
like combs.
You'll cover your body with
like
something.
Sean P. Diddy combs, not to bring them up
Puffy?
yet again. Puffy? Nipples, right? That was just like 2 episodes ago, folks. We remember something.
Yeah, we do something every now and again. We'll recall things. Quicksand. We talked about that.
I watched a video on Twitter of like how to get out of quicksand easily. I thought about you. And I think everyone that listens to this podcast, or at least has heard that first episode and gave a shit, thinks about you when they hear about quicksand.
That is one of the things people talk to me about the most. They're like, the quicksand story really just...
That episode 1, you know what I mean?
It's
we
a shiner.
came out of the gates hard.
Yeah, we made the expectations
on
high.
and off throughout our career.
I mean, what do you expect?
But that first one is like powerful. I'm proud of it. I feel like the first thing you put out creatively, in whatever you want to consider this, like in a project, people are usually like, "Fuck no." But that one, I'm like, it sounds worse, but like it's still very funny. Those are some
a great one. Yeah,
my favorite stories are in that. My dick window, your quicksand. It's perfect. And you were reserved about saying the quicksand story. You were like, I don't even want to tell it. Now look at what you said.
Yeah, look at the things I've done.
You can't go back.
Sound Splice too, and it's just all the worst things I've said.
You can go to www.patreon.com/dapperdads and hear some of the worst things we all said. I said something horrible last week, and I listened back, and it was funny, so it's fine. But I tried to figure out how it came about, because I was trying to explain to someone what I had done.
That horrible thing that you said?
Yeah, that horrible accidental thing I said. I was trying to prep for the canceling.
Yeah.
I got my press conference ready. I'm just sitting up there. I'm just waiting.
You got to be prepared for your canceling. If you're not prepared for your canceling, that's when it's going to happen.
Exactly.
You think you're never going to get canceled?
I'm just sitting at an empty press conference, NBA style, with the microphones and NBA
suit,
logo
skinny
behind
little
it.
red tie.
Yeah.
Blue suit,
hat,
skinny red tie,
still hat.
white shirt. Yeah, team. It just says team on it.
Yeah, it says team.
Because like you're waiting to get the hat.
Right.
You're waiting because you got to get your lawsuit.
I look
hat.
like I'm both. Yeah, I love a lawsuit hat. That's how they serve me.
Violent sexual assault.
No,
this
just like not right. This one doesn't fit. The hat doesn't fit.
The hat doesn't fit. You must quit. The hat doesn't fit.
Yeah, I look like
my pants don't fit. My pants don't fit.
I look like
creep.
Yeah, that I'll take.
Yeah, I'll take.
I would wear a hat that said creep right now.
Now people will think it's a Radiohead hat, and you're gonna hate all the comments you get about it. Yeah.
No, Radiohead.
Oh my God, is that a vintage Radiohead snapback with a 9 3/4 sticker on it, and the tag still on it?
Wait, what? 9 and a.
What did the gold stickers say? Like 9 and. What do they say?
Says.
What's the measurement?
Whatever your head, whatever the hat.
I know. I'm just saying you got a measurement sticker and a tag on it.
If you think my hat is almost, or my head is almost 10 inches circumference, then I feel bad about myself. That's so big. They don't even make them that big. If you have a 10-inch head, you just got to get the fuck out of town.
My head is 11 inches. I'm like, oh no.
That's why you got that haircut.
Yeah, so it looks smaller.
Call 402-7-DAPPER. That's 402-732-7737. Tell us how big you think our heads are.
Yeah.
I know how big mine is.
I don't.
I remember I used to wear fitted hats like a motherfucker. I made the transition to Snapchat.
Snapchat?
I made the transition to Snapchat where I snapped my head.
Something's happening to your voice. I'm starting to think you're not.
I don't think it's my voice. It's my brain.
I think you're not necessarily you. I think that you may
not necessarily me. Nice to meet you.
I think you may just be 100 rats in a drama suit that's starting to show up every week.
Why is it always got to be the rats?
Because what? Name another animal that would be like as surprised, like frogs,
doves,
100 doves. Yeah, they all just fly.
It would be
that would
so
be more beautiful.
Yeah, if I just burst into 100 doves that died.
I like the idea of an unzipping more, like something in the back. Like I see a thread on your shirt and I just pull it, and then like all the doves just fly out.
Move.
Well, I mean,
even if I don't turn into 100 doves, unravel my fucking shirt.
Fine.
You know how I love my shirts.
I know you do. Okay,
I got a shirt on order that I've been waiting years for.
I went to go order a shirt today, and then I went to go calculate the shipping, and it was so much that it made the order unjustifiable for me, and I hate that.
What's an unjustifiable shirt price for you?
Not shirt price, but it was like $32 for shipping.
Just the shipping?
Just the shipping.
Well, you got to stop buying shirts from Indonesia.
Well, I'm not trying to. It's a pre-order. I'm like, why is it so much? Did you just do that? Is
this the first blood we've shed on the podcast?
Oh, I thought you like cut your finger.
Yeah, why you weren't talking?
I was like,
Blood Brothers, right?
Are we doing it finally?
Yeah. No,
Did you bite your lip?
No, I was cutting it. I was keeping a razor blade. That's what I said. It's gonna be a fun episode. So I had a razor blade under the tongue in case something happened. And yeah, damn, it happened.
Is that first
podcast at gmail.com. I don't know. Is this Rambo?
Rambo, First Blood.
I feel like you've bled on here for some reason. It's like in the back of my mind. Tell us what episode one of us bled on.
Yeah, because we had to have bled at some point.
We had to have bled at some point.
We had to have bled at some point.
Yeah.
A blood ocean.
I would imagine so. I mean, scab or something. Dick pus.
Scab. Dick pus?
Yeah.
When did we put out
blood
that
in
album?
your dick pus?
I just don't have dick pus.
Okay.
Fucking freak.
I remember when I was a kid. Hey, we got rid of the microphone stand, so we had leg room, but not like this.
Yeah, I mean, like I thought we finally we're doing this for footsie room.
No, I'm doing this so I don't accidentally kick yours over and it slowly teeters because it's so uneven.
And then I'm just leaning all the way over to the edge. Like
yeah, you will refuse to fix anything.
No, because I won't. Why should
Mic stands, relationships, your whole life. It's all gone.
It's beyond repair, so what's the point of even trying?
You are so quick to throw everything away. It's shocking.
Well, why
You're just
not?
like, I can't fix it. That's why you don't have a car, because you got a flat tire and you're like, the whole thing's fucked.
I'm going to die someday anyway, so I might as well just let things go when they want to go.
I don't know if that's the right
You got to let things go when they go, because you're going to die and it's not going to matter. So like, you might as well just let things go that want to go.
You're going to live to be 100.
I hope I don't live to be 40.
You're gonna.
Do I have to?
Yeah, you're going to live to be old. Shockingly old. I'll be long gone.
You're so full of hate. You're going to live to be like 130.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're both.
I believe you're going to live to be 200 years old with the amount of hate that you have.
There's only one way to find out. I blow my brains out.
Whoa!
That's not what I meant. He wasn't listening.
He never pays attention to what it wasn't a suicide thing, but he thought because I was talking about dying that it was a pro-suicide thing.
No, I love
he thought about living for 200 years, and the idea of suicide never seemed so beautiful. It's like looking through a noose and seeing the world in color, and you got to step through it.
It's one or the other, folks.
My voice is stuck like that from shock for the rest of my life. I'm at your funeral. I'm like, he was a beautiful man.
Like, who the fuck are you?
He was my good friend, and I loved him dearly.
It sounds like Big Cap. Go to twitter.com and type in
I'm gonna cap on your dad so much.
Dads.
The Drama Museum. I'm going to have the car you died in.
I don't know. I won't die in a car. I've already come to terms with that. That's why I'm so comfortable all the time.
Just driving, being all willy-nilly.
I won't die in a car. I'm fairly certain of it. Or I will for sure die.
You're for sure going to die in a car.
But like at one point, I specifically remember I was like, I'm not going to die in a car. So I'm like good with all this. I still do think of the crashing, watching all you die constantly. Anyone in my car, like I think of how they'll die, how long it'll take, what they'll say to me as their final last words while I'm standing there.
I like how you think my final last words are going to be to you.
If we're in my car together?
Oh, yeah, that has to be a thing.
Yeah. Like, you're walking on the side of the road and I drive past.
I thought you were just talking selfishly, like no matter what the death scenario is, you're picturing my last words.
I'm saying I'm
just dying. Why? I like also how someone's dying in your arms, apparently. Like you just somehow.
Tonight. It must have been something he said.
You just walk away unscathed from the accident, but somehow I am like mangled and you have to like hold me.
Sometimes you don't listen to the whole thing. I said, I come to terms with the fact that I will not die in a car. But every time I'm with someone in my car, I picture them dying. That's why I visualize just being fine. I don't think I'm fine. I'm definitely
how would I
bloody.
die in your car if you're not also dying?
I drive directly into a tree on your side.
That's going to fuck up your stuff too.
I don't go that fast, but right before we listen. No, I thought about this. Listen,
no
shut the fuck up. No, listen, because I have it.
I will listen, and then I will clown you.
The reason I thought of it was Outsiders, the episode you'll be getting to shortly that you'll hate. We're in my car. dapperdadspodcast at Instagram.com. Just because I think that's it.
We're going to Twitter.
Not even at Instagram.com. I said Twitter, and then we got caught off on this. I think that's everything. If not, fuck you. So we're driving in my car. Let's say I'm doing 35, 40, and I drive into a tree only on your side. Right before I drive in that tree, because you're going to be like, what are you doing? I hit your seatbelt, and it comes unbuckled. I'm still buckled in. I drive you directly into a tree. Like, I'm talking literally the
Why
tree's
are
just
you doing this?
Because you said I couldn't. And you know I won't be taught. No.
I just hate the idea of you killing me like this.
Isn't that perfect, though?
No, that's
patent
horrible.
pending. But, like,
patent pending death. You can't kill someone like that without giving me
I don't want to
money.
see it in a fucking movie. Because I was talking about, there's a scene in this thing. And anytime you see something where someone's, like, held captive in a car, and they're the driver, I've always thought, crash into something, and right before you do it, undo their seatbelt, because you could do that so easily. Even if it doesn't fully come over, like, you always fuck my seatbelt up, so it might not undo it. But the force, you're gonna, you know what I mean?
Right.
You'll at least bash your head on this. I might bash my head on the steering wheel, but you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm gonna win,
like
and then I can get out the car and take
if my seatbelt's at least
off.
just off, it's gonna fuck me up.
If it's unclicked, unclick it and tick it.
Thought about this.
Yeah, and I just came up with this not that long ago, but I don't want to see it in a fucking movie because I feel like it's so good. Like, this feels like one of the best things I've ever thought of.
It's so good you have to do it yourself.
I mean, I want to be in I don't want to put that out in the world, but if I'm in a scenario now where someone gets in my car and they're like, drive me here, and they have me at gunpoint, that's so fire. Because
that's a big risk, gunpoint especially.
Yeah, well,
because they're gonna see you driving towards the tree.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a tree either.
Their seatbelt.
It could be just a wall. Like I said, you might have to. For you, I will drive directly into a tree, isolated to your half of the car, and it will work.
That's what I'm picturing.
Dead on impact. No last words. I'm perfectly fine. I walk away. I'm like, I don't even know what happened. That guy's crazy.
The dead guy?
Yeah, that's what I say to onlookers, passerbyers.
How many passerbyers are you planning for my murder?
I picture it weirdly on a highway, but trees. So I don't know. Well, I guess we'll
Up
know
north?
if we're ever on a highway and I see a tree.
It's just you and
Sorry,
me.
buddy.
Okay, note to self, never be just with you in a car on a highway with trees.
I'll do it with other people. They have their seatbelts on. They're asleep. They won't even know what happened.
Oh, they're gonna
They won't
know
even
what
wake
happened.
up. Imagine you're dying and I killed you and they don't even wake up.
That would hurt more than you killing me, I think.
Dead? And I'm like, no, they're heavy sleepers like you're about to be. Go die. Gotta die. Yeah, I'm just closing your eyes.
Putting
you're like,
coins
it's not
on
that
them.
bad. I actually think I'll be okay. You
I
seem
think
worse
I'm
off than me.
all
I'm
right.
bleeding from the neck. I'm like,
Yeah,
sharp
your
steering
throat
wheel.
is like open.
Steering wheel so sharp.
Just like holding it shut like this, and like your voice is like, hey, it's okay, buddy, you're gonna be, because like your vocal cords have clearly been like shredded.
I'm like ripping your shirt to
shredded
wrap it
like
around
shredded
my
wheat.
Ripped up like shredded white. He says it so weird. Ripped up like shredded white.
White.
All right,
Shredded white.
We have a lot of things to cover, a lot of ground to cover here.
Okay.
I have 2 stories from last weekend after the podcast, and things got different.
They got.
You had to go start a homeless fight club or whatever you were working on.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if it was making food for the homeless or organizing fight club.
Well,
with the
it's
homeless.
making the food, getting them in.
Post fight club snack.
Starts with half the meal. I give them like the appetizer. Then I say, you get the rest if you win. Right.
Wow.
Then that's when I pull out the contract forms and I make them sign it and everything. Saying
They're not people. They're like not even.
Well, yeah. Well,
like
I was told I can't bring a branding iron to the homeless shelter anymore. I was told it's uncouth of me to start branding the homeless.
Well, just don't check in. You're like, I'm here to work. And
no,
like,
when you start dragging that branding iron in, they smell
usually,
it.
Yeah,
people smell it when I bring it in.
Smell.
Yeah.
But
it's
anyway,
not even so much the pig-like screams; it's the smell.
I mean, yeah. So we started recording last week very early, like 9 a.m. And we just kept recording. We did a marathon session.
We did.
But then I went out for what I thought would be a couple of drinks. You know how this goes. Couple casuals, no big deal. And then it turned into like across the street, bottle of champagne, bread. It got out of control pretty quickly. Got weird. So to up the weird was, what do you think the strip club is like at 4 p.m. on a Saturday?
I can't believe that you thought this was a good idea.
I don't think it was my idea.
Oh, it's never your idea. It's never anyone's idea.
It is never anyone's, right? I feel like every time
it's never anyone's idea. It just comes up, and I'm not even saying this in like I'm sure it wasn't.
I know that's your tone, which I wish you would just fucking fix.
Wow, it's incredible how just a simple tone can just bring this monster out of you like this.
Well, because you've been with, and you know that it just like someone says like strip club. And then we all kind of laugh, and then eventually it's just kind of like understood that that's what's happening.
We're just gonna do it. Like there's this
how it works.
Yeah, there's like this weird understanding between everyone where it's like, well,
and none of us are going because like fuck yeah, we're going because it'll be funny and ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not going to like be so impressed with what I'm going to see. I'm going to laugh and get some stories.
Yeah, so that's how it was brought up. Another strip club in town was mentioned, and I think that's what got the ball rolling. And then I don't know, I was feeling pretty good, to be honest with you. So I don't remember all the fine print details, but I know it was 4 p.m. and we went across the street again.
$3 cover?
No cover.
Wow.
We walked in. You just walk in.
Just walk in?
And then this guy's like, hey, you gotta come back over here. So I don't know if you're supposed to.
I don't like that.
And then he patted me down, no cover, which makes sense. There should be no cover. 4 p.m. on a Saturday. Like, I cannot emphasize.
There should not be a cover.
It was like.
They still patted you down at least.
Yeah, because I would have shot a stripper if they had.
At 4 in the afternoon.
Imagine.
No, I can and I hate
just bucking shots in the strip club. I open up a tab.
I'm just picturing the door opening and like the sun coming in at 4 in the afternoon like that.
Yeah, you don't like that part. That whole little walkway. We sat at the bar.
Yeah.
You can't sit at the stage at 4 p.m. on a Saturday. There's no way.
You have to
I think they removed the seats.
You have to either have to be illegally horny to do that, or you have to be.
I mean, I'm no lawyer or anything, but I saw some legalities
illegally horny to sit at the strip club stage at 4 p.m. on a Saturday. To sit at 4 p.m. in any day, like you have to be so reprehensibly horny that you can't control yourself like a werewolf.
What was so funny is I was with Kurd, of course, and we're sitting at the bar, and we were getting annoyed by the fact because the strippers walk on the bar, and they were like interrupting our conversation. We were both like, God damn it.
We're just trying to talk.
We're trying to talk and drink beer.
I want ambiance, not breaks in my conversation.
Zero fog also until right before we left. I think it's a big part of the reason why we were like, get the fuck out of here. Thing. Also, more than when you go to a bar for a minute and you're like really drinking and it's daylight and you leave and it's dark.
Yeah,
imagine that, but it was the strip club. It's 10 times worse.
That's gotta be that's a worse feeling.
I don't think I'm the same from that.
I think the only intermediate there is being at Hooters so long that it's like
that would have just been across another street. To be honest,
I was gonna say this is just a whole corner of this is just a whole square of debauchery.
You could get real fucked up in that trifecta. What I think that you could get fucked.
Yeah.
But my main point, so I opened a tab. You know that this is unheard of with me. I never open tabs. I don't like doing it. Mm-hmm. And so I opened them and I had no cash. So I'm like telling strippers that come walking on the bar in front of me, which then you move your beer and they know it's a whole thing. But I'm like, I don't have any money. Like straight up, I don't.
At least you're being honest.
Yeah. And I was like,
not wasting a girl's time that way, at least, you know?
That's not even what I'm here for. And then they're kind of like, what are you here for at 4 p.m. on a Saturday? And I'm like, I feel you. Kurt's giving some dollars here and there. Things are happening. I'm watching. It's a lot. And then there's this one girl.
Always is.
That comes over. She's not terrible, but it's still 4 p.m. Saturday material. Right. Let me tell you, we've seen some things at this place, and it gets worse. Whatever you remember, it gets worse. And it's at 4 p.m. on a Saturday. Tummies are out. I'll say that.
I'm fine with that.
I don't think it would have been. I don't think it would have been.
Not these?
No.
Okay.
Not like, I don't mind a thicker woman. I don't mind a tummy. I don't mind a lot of things.
Tummy makes her yummy, you know?
I minded a lot of things.
I minded the belly.
I minded some stuff.
You minded the guts in the strip club.
So yeah, this
4 p.m. on a Saturday.
So I have
like minding the C-section scars.
I have 2 beers over the course of the time being there, $5 a piece. It's not that crazy.
I know, but still, at 4 p.m. on a Saturday, drinks should be. They don't got a happy hour.
They don't have anything there. The guy was so nice. Like the bartender guy who also patted me down was very nice.
Yeah, you'd be nice too if you were a bartender in a strip club.
This girl comes over and she's talking to us, and she wants donations for her tire fund. That's what she's stripping for, is for tires. Whatever.
Okay.
So she leaves, and then eventually she comes back, and she gets off the stage, off the bar, and comes over and talks to me, and she asked me would I move down one spot to sit in between me and Kurt. So I'm like, yeah, whatever. So I move down, and then I see another girl's got Kurt. So we've been split up, which is always bad.
Always bad.
So I'm like, fuck, I don't know what he's going to do. I know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got it, and I was like, appreciate it. So I make some small talk with this stripper for whatever.
You gotta.
She lives where I live. We're talking about tires. She needs tires, how she got out here, all this crazy shit. Learning too much about her. And then
you always do somehow. Like you always learn these girls' life stories.
Is they want to make you feel, and that's
why
but here's
the thing. I don't want to know your life story because then there's not as much
but
disconnect
I think that works
as I would
more the people that are going to give them the money are the men who want to be listened to, so they're going to do most of the talking and want to feel a connection. I don't want to feel a connection with anyone in this fucking building.
Yeah.
Even the people I came with.
I don't want to feel a connection with you, and
that's
I
what
sit
I mean.
across from you every week.
That's not my thing. And that's what I mean. So I'll talk, but like I try to tell them at every like point that I can, like, yeah, I don't have, and that's what was so clutch is I was like, they have my card, so like I can't even get money.
Yeah,
and I'm not.
They got an ATM in that strip
I'm not
club, right?
gonna. Yeah, yeah. You legally
Can you
can't
imagine
have a strip club without.
Can you imagine
I'm
the
ready
strip
to
club
spend
with
one.
no ATM?
You
must go to our loan office in the corner where we have bars on it, like a 1913 style saloon.
The best part about this, really the only good part, and the whole part of my story for this segment,
all this build up,
is I'm drinking a beer and she's got a shot, and then what she confided in me is not an alcoholic drink, it's just cranberry juice that makes people think she's drinking more with them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I like that shit. Like, I want to know the secrets, because you're not going to get anything from me.
Right.
I'm not going to get anything. So I have a Budweiser, like maybe, an inch left.
Like bar rescue, stripper rescue.
Right.
Strip club rescue? Is that the show we start?
No, because some of them can't be saved.
You girls can be making 40% more money.
Yeah,
if you would do
So she picks
John
up.
Tapper
I have like
screaming at strippers.
I have like an inch of beer left. She picks it up and she jiggles it, and she's like, "You gonna drink it?" And I was like, "Yeah." Are you gonna drink it? So I finish it, and I was just letting it sit there. And she was like, "You gonna get another beer?" And I was like, "Yeah, give me a minute. The guy's not even over here." And she's like, "You need me to buy you a beer?" And I was like, "No." And then she takes 5 singles out of her bra and buys me a beer.
That's beautiful.
Like,
that's so nice.
And last time we were there, I pointed at that dollar on the floor at that one stripper, and then she put it in my shirt. So the last 2 times I've been there, I've come up a free $5, and I was like, "Don't
That's
do
basically
this."
like getting $5 from a stripper.
Yes, but I don't know if you've ever watched a woman.
You.
I don't know if you've ever watched a woman take 5 singles out of her bra
Not
to buy
an attractive
you a beer.
one.
She was fine. You know
I've
what
seen
I mean?
lots of ugly women, big women, use their bras like purses. And
I'm talking about to buy you a beer.
I've never
like,
had a woman buy me
feeling.
a beer, so like I don't know.
That's not true.
I've never had a woman.
That's not true.
I've never had a woman that I wasn't in a relationship with buy me a drink. Like that.
True.
Yeah.
It's a fucking stripper. That's what I mean.
No, I'm just saying, like, I've never had like a woman be like, "Let me buy you a drink."
I don't know
like
the last time I've had a woman be like, "Yes, let me get you a drink."
Well, I'm just saying, you can last weekend.
Well, yeah, that's not a regular woman.
That's a regular woman. Just
no, it's not. That's such a weird.
She's a stripper, but it doesn't mean she's not a regular woman. See, this is the problem with men like you.
That's not a regular encounter and interaction.
I mean,
at all.
It doesn't.
It's not.
It could be, but it shouldn't be.
No, that's not 2 human beings. That's not like a girl meeting you at a bar and being like, "Let me buy you a drink."
Okay,
or you
I understand what you're trying to say.
That's not a human interaction. Yeah. That's a salesperson.
Okay, yeah, I can agree with this.
So she buys me, and I'm like, "Don't do that." And she's like, "No, it's fine." And I was, again, like, I have no money for it. Like, I got my money. And then I was like, maybe I buy her a drink just to be nice, because it'll be, call it. But then I'm like, I don't want my tab. You know what I mean? I get a tab, and it's fucking $60 and whatever. And then she talks to me for longer, and then I can't remember what her segue is, but I said something. She was like, enough to she talked in third person. I don't remember her name.
I don't like that.
Enough to spend $30 on a lap dance from whatever her name was. And I was like, I don't have any money. I just told you this.
For the time.
I had just gotten paid. You know what I mean? I had money, but I was like, not for you people. And then she literally goes, "Oh, would you excuse me?" And like yells someone's name. And I thought it was going to, she yelled
like
a guy's name. And I thought they were going to be like, "You have to leave. She bought you a beer." And then she just went and hit on some old white man that it seemed to go much better for her.
Hate to
but
see
I was
it happen.
like, "Thanks for the free beer."
Right.
And
like at the end of the day.
Because we were both like, "How'd your conversation with the stripper go?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "Weird." And I was like, "Mine bought me a beer." And he was like, "Really?" Yeah, I don't know. So then we go to another establishment. This is the better.
Another strip club?
No, we did not go to another strip club.
Yeah, we're going to make that clear.
Well, yeah. And again, this one was, I want to emphasize, for comedy. 4 p.m. on a Saturday. We had to know what it was. We got thought in our head. We're literally right there, so we just popped in.
You're not going because you're so horny at 4 p.m.
If anything,
there's nothing like you can do at that time of day that's like debaucherous and will feel okay. You know, that's all I'm gonna say.
Not 4
like
p.m.
there's no 11 p.m. on a Saturday. Yeah, you can be drunk like outside, I feel like.
I was drunk.
Yeah, but you were outside at different points.
Yeah,
but you had to go inside to the strip club.
Yeah. And then it got dark. But yeah, so then we went one more place. And we go there and just a bar. We're hanging out, whatever. And it's great because they had a DJ. That was one of the things, which that's not why we went.
So what time was this at? Now, how many hours were you at the strip club?
Less than 2.
Okay.
Like, yeah, because then we were there longer than I thought, but I think that was just when you've been drinking. We were, like I said, we were drinking. We smoked a cigarette. Talked to strippers for a long time. Yeah, I left. I went home at 10:30 p.m. That was another great thing. Is like I was in bed at 11:30.
That's crazy.
And I had a day. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then, because like when I was not even that much younger, like a couple of years ago, my sister and people would always be like, I like day drinking, and then I'm in bed at a reasonable time, and I had a great day. And I was always like, no, I need to be out until like 6 in the morning.
Nah.
But then after I did that, I had that day. I started drinking at 12:30 p.m. and then I was home in bed at 11:30. And I had like quite an adventure.
Was it 8 to 9 hours a day drinking?
Yeah, and quite like I said, there was a lot of crazy shit that just transpired randomly. One of the things, so we go to this place, and there was a DJ there. That was not the reason we were there. And we ate, we're drinking, other people show up, and we go to look at the DJ. It's very sad. We're basically standing there mocking it.
Right.
And then where we're standing, there's a table. Kurt is up against it. I'm talking to him. Shout out Rob is right there with us. Other people dancing. I have been on a kick. I think you already are aware of this story, but it gets more intense. I've been on a kick of talking about Hall & Oates.
Yeah.
Insanely. I'm glad when I was editing episode 134, at the end, I thought that was a private conversation we had, because after this, what I'm about to say happened, I was like, I just fucking talked to Slim about Hall & Oates. And luckily it was on the episode. So for some reason, someone brought Hall & Oates up like a couple weeks ago, and I can't quit thinking about it. And I want to see him live. Because
I also want to see him live. That'd be a hell of a show.
Yeah, and this is what happened. So I'm standing there facing Kurt like this. You're Kurt up against the table, and yeah,
at that point,
that's how we both look. But I was, you know how I get the drunk energy.
Yeah, I'm excited for that later.
And then people, I'm gonna get hammered.
Oh, I'm getting
fucked. People are walking behind me. I don't know. You know what I mean? So I'm standing there, I think he might have been the one who brought up Hall & Oates weeks ago. So now I've circled back to
full
people.
circle.
I'm telling people.
You're telling every circle of people about Hall & Oates.
But I'm like, imagine seeing them. And I do this. You should watch the video because we have a monitor. But mainly for this, I'm rattling off songs and I'm punching my hand and bringing it back in excitement because
I saw the
I'm
tweet
like,
about this. Yeah.
So I'm like, man eater, witch girl, and then I punch a woman in the face.
How hard? Okay, like give me a hit on my hand.
I can't because it's got to be like.
I know, but like if
I was just like that.
Oh, and if you weren't,
it's not like a full.
I know, but like if you're not expecting it though,
right? Because she was walking and she worked there.
Oh, was she a tiny girl too?
Yes, I mean smaller than me. And I immediately felt like you would when you accidentally.
Was she a summer-kissed young lady on the verge of having a great day and you fucked it up?
I don't think so, because I feel like I had seen her, but she made a face that, like, let's hear me out. I already felt, like, as bad as you would feel if you accidentally, I want to emphasize.
Especially you, like, I get it. Yeah. Like, yeah, I know.
mean, yeah, you would feel the same way.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you love to hit. And that's the thing, Rob's.
Whoa!
Yeah, Rob's like, he did it.
Not.
Rob's like, he did it on purpose. He saw you and he was like, I'm going to hit that bitch. And I was like, not the time.
Not
sincerely.
funny.
Like, I don't like when people do those jokes when you're like, this, like, could be a serious thing.
Yeah.
Because I thought she's going to be like, and like, dudes are going to come up and be like, just punch.
For the second
you know what
time
I mean?
today.
Yeah. It's the same guy from the strip club. Like,
it's
God.
the thick neck bouncer. That's a full circle.
Yeah. But yeah, so she makes a face.
I've been waiting a year for this.
And like I said, I didn't punch. Like, it wasn't like what I could do. It was just like a backhanded. And yeah, I don't even know where it hit her in the face. And I look at her and she looks so angry and sad. And I was just like, oh my God, you understand that was an accident, right? Like I totally didn't see you. I'm wrong. My bad. Like, and then I'm like, maybe if I explain the situation, and I'm like, if I know nothing maybe can heal this, but I want to emphasize I was gesturing wildly out of excitement about Hall & Oates. And nothing. She just like, it was like 2 minutes of me like pleading and her like not even blinking, just like. And I'm like, this girl's gonna beat the shit out of me.
She's waiting for you to get done talking so she can just.
And I was like,
straight shot.
And I had to eventually be like, all right, I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna turn back to this. And she just didn't even flinch. And I was like, again, I want to emphasize, Hall & Oates. I think it's at least funny.
I'm not going to lie. If I got hit in the face by a random stranger and they were just like, listen, I'm so sorry I hit you, but Hall & Oates.
I was gesturing wildly about Hall & Oates. That's what I've been saying is if I got like hit hard by a man, like a big man accidentally, like the typical person I would hate to see. And, I would instantly like turn up and they're like, I'm sorry, I was gesturing wildly because I'm excited about Hall & Oates. I'd be like, all right.
Yeah, like at first.
Really? Are you sure?
At first, I would be like, "What the fuck?"
And then hear me say, "Man eater, rich girl, Sarah Smile." The other one that I had to go in the parking lot and play because I couldn't think of it. And then I'm like, what if she comes out and I'm in the parking lot listening?
No, she thinks you're fucking insane. No, she doesn't think you're an insane person.
But then she kept walking by later because then it was one of those things where you're like, we're not going to resolve this. So I just turned to Kurt and he was like, that was horrible. And I was like, I know. And then because I had just said like,
that sucked.
I had just, I think that's of course, exactly what he said. And I had just like checked my phone and I was like, because they were going to go do some shit, go somewhere that I don't go. And I was just like, this day's done. So I had already said, like, I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
I heard about
either
this.
that or, that's exactly what it was. I saw the pictures. But I had already said, like, I'm done. You know what I mean? It's been a good day. I got to get the hell out of here. I thought it would be, I was supposed to be home by 4 p.m. So I'm already 6 hours past that. It wasn't a hard out. You know what I mean? It was left out. That was my plan. I shouldn't say I had to have been home. That was what I anticipated.
I just love those days, though, where it's like.
That's the best thing ever.
Those are the best because you're like, okay, I'm going to get.
It's been cold. It was so nice that day.
Right, yeah. It's
and then I'm like, I'll be home around 4, and then I get home at 11:30.
Yeah, see, this makes me more pissed because my day sucked so bad that like I would have killed for this day.
You should have pulled up. It was wild.
I should have.
But yeah, so after I punched the girl, then I'm like, I have to go home now. I literally have to leave. But then later, just so everyone's, and I feel like this is going to be isolated when I punch the woman. Again, it was a huge accident. I
passionately
still feel bad.
Talking and gesturing about Hall and Oates.
You're punching harder than I was. But later, she walked by and she was giving me like the point at her eyes, point at my eyes. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, I think you understand. You know what I mean?
Like once she cooled down a little bit.
I think she honestly might have been doing that as a joke, like looking like that.
Like at that point, just waiting to see what you would say and how long you would keep talking.
And see, like, what if I was like, no, bitch, you shouldn't be walking there. This is totally going to be clipped together.
Yeah, that's going to.
But you know what I mean? Like maybe I could be an asshole. You know how I am. Like if that happens, like I was sincerely like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Right, like we might fuck around, but like we're not the type of guy to like hit somebody and be like, oh fuck it.
Even if it was a dude, whoever it was, I would have been like, I'm so sorry.
A man carrying a baby in one of those hangover style things and you would knock the glasses off the baby.
Well, I'm like, why is the baby wearing glasses? That's ridiculous.
He just had his eyes dilated. Like the dad is like screaming. Why do you have your baby in a bar with dilated eyes?
What even procedure is that?
Why did you bring your baby who just got his eyes dilated to the bar? I don't get out very often, and my wife is out of town. Plans. She doesn't know I'm here.
But she's gonna go out with the boys.
I was gonna go out with the boys, but then I was gesturing wildly about how I wanted to be out with the boys, and then he hit someone, and everyone's just like, "Oh my God!"
Because I would have offered to buy her a beer, but she was working.
Now my wife's gonna know because.
Yeah, he's gonna have to come up with some. I would buy that guy a beer.
He buys the baby a comically small pair of dark sunglasses and a little cane, and that's how he talks to her.
That's not what I mean.
Sends her a Snapchat.
It's not breaking the news that the baby's blind. It's answering when she goes, how did it happen? And you can't say I was in a bar with the baby and the dilated eyes. And a man who's passionate about Hall & Oates punches the
glasses off of young Elijah.
Oh, well, a name like that, he was asking for it.
Braden with a Y.
All right. So, yeah, I found it funny. I'm off Hall & Oates. I'm not talking about it. If anyone wants to go, they are playing in Chicago. $30 lawn tickets at the Hollywood.
You want it?
I think I punched a woman. I think I have to.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You at least have
I gotta go find her, buy her a ticket.
She's there.
You know what I mean? Yeah. She's
front row.
She's like, you make my dreams come true.
She's there front row to spite you because she's like, oh, this guy loves Hall & Oates so much.
At me.
No, she's on like the jumbo cam they show her, and she's just really angry. Yeah, what I want, you got, and it might be hard to handle. Like a flame that burns again. And you're just like, oh, fuck.
Well, she seemed young. And I was like, what if she doesn't even know? So it's even crazier. Drunk man punches you in the face. And then I'm like, Hall & Oates. And you're like, what are you saying to me?
You're so drunk. You're like, no, she's a man.
Yeah, I'm just singing. You make my dreams come true. You make my dreams come true. If you
it's
listen.
a me, Chef Boyardee. You make my dreams come true.
We have some things. Monitor time. Folks. Tune in. The first thing, I don't know if you saw it, but it was all over the internet. I almost wasn't even going to bring it up. Onlyfans, for a different reason. There was a big leak today.
Big leak.
Big leak.
We're not talking about that on here, though.
No, that's
neither here nor there. Or
no one should be downloading the leak. Big nervous collar bulge.
Yeah.
But I'd seen, it was on Twitter, and I've heard about it, I've read about it. There's an old lady on OnlyFans. You know how old?
I've seen this woman because I've seen it come up where people that I follow are like making comments on Twitter and stuff like that. I have done a little venturing, and it is bad. It's very bad.
It gets very
bad.
Crazy. Do you know how old she is?
Isn't she like 67 or something
68.
like that? Yeah, and she's doing it to like supply money for her disabled grown son or something like that.
Yeah, you seem to know a lot about it.
Because I read it and I was like, this is insane. Because I never.
Well, I have the screenshot of her on here.
Because I had never thought. Oh yeah.
And that's what really drove me home.
Yeah.
Is I look. So this is, if you're not watching the monitor, move your hand so the people can see what's
No,
happening.
I don't know
here.
what there is to see here.
So I hear about this and I'm like, who is this bitch? So I find it, I look, I pull it up. She has 37.5 thousand followers.
Yeah, because I had
one of
to
them
show,
is Slim.
Yeah, because I had to talk to you about this.
No way.
Yeah.
I don't believe
But
it.
I also keep forgetting because how often am I going on Twitter and looking at an old lady's OnlyFans?
I immediately was like, this might be the
That's
greatest.
That's the OnlyFans I'm subscribed to.
I was like, this might be the greatest expose that this podcast has ever
there's
had.
way worse
it's revealing.
Of things on the internet.
Imagine going to look at
things
the
on the internet.
68-year-old OnlyFans account and it says followed by Slim. The only person, obviously. And yeah, the whole rest of her story is weird. Have you looked at her?
Not
like a little bit?
With passion, but out of curiosity.
It upset me.
Yeah, it upset me as well.
That it's in my head right now as we're speaking about it. I saw her ass. She's got big cans.
Big, veiny cans.
I didn't take a close look.
I didn't want
to. I saw
to.
a thumbnail laying down. She doesn't look. She's not even.
No. Because it's
my type.
What's so weird to me about it is I had never considered the idea of an older woman having an OnlyFans.
I know.
Because like it's so like.
I know.
It almost doesn't. Is it right? Can we say it's wrong? It's not wrong.
What's wrong about it?
That's what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong. It just doesn't feel like.
But that's what I mean. Then I went and I was like, because I had Googled like old woman OnlyFans.
Turns out there's a lot, isn't there?
There's a couple gilfs out there. It's like a poppin' category with like a fair amount of subscribers. She's got a ton, and she's definitely the oldest, and her life is wild and confusing.
I think as somebody made a...
And she'll fuck people in New Orleans, and you can fuck her if you're in New Orleans.
I'm just like, yeah, I'm going on vacation and...
Yeah.
Later and
later tonight.
Later,
you just drive to New Orleans, knocking on doors. Where's Michelle?
Die in New Orleans.
Yeah,
you see like a telltale tattoo in a screenshot. You're like, I know that weird, sad-looking dick and.
She said you can put a bag over your head if you need to.
Yeah, that's weird.
Do you want to have sex with a bag over your head?
No, I want to have sex. No.
What if it's kind of hot?
What I feel like it would be hot in the bag.
Yeah, I didn't mean internal temperature, but yes, it would be. There's a mouth hole, let's say. But I think it'd be kind of hot.
Why?
I don't know. You don't.
Do we
got to
get you one of those weird like BDSM hoods with the zipper
that's too
for
tight. I have a big head. 10 inches, some say.
What if it's like a 14-inch bondage hood? So there's like some
I don't like
looseness.
that. I need
a burlap sack with a hole cut in it?
No, burlap is unpleasant.
What material?
Pillowcase. Didn't I just say that? What did I just say? A bag?
Yeah, you just said a bag.
A plastic bag, and I fucking die.
Yeah, that's
while I get fucked,
just
ridden to death.
That crazy horror movie looking thing where like they breathe in the piece of the bag. Yeah,
but I'm getting boned.
Oh man, by an old lady.
Because that's how you die. Maybe a blindfold is the better method
a sleep mask.
Because I can see underneath of it though, and I do.
Oh yeah,
because
you can peek out the bottom a little bit like that. Yeah.
But I think I'd like to be thrown on a bed naked and blindfolded, and then had my way with.
I want to see you get thrown.
I don't need to be.
So
you always take like the one part that I'm like, we don't need to elaborate on that.
Because that's the visual I have to picture is some woman just throwing you on a bed.
I'd like to be on a bed. I'll put my own blindfold on, and then whatever happens to me happens to me.
Kiss up, and then she.
No, I think I should be blindfolded before she's even in the room. Full on. You know what I mean? She could come over and just smack my belly.
Is that as mysterious?
She could come over and spit on my balls.
Is that as mysterious?
Two of my favorite
She could come over and rub your feet and blow cold air on your balls?
No, I don't want to involve your dad in this.
Yeah.
Can't blindfold him. He's too powerful.
Yeah, he sees right through it. He's got like Superman vision.
How many fingers am I holding up? And he's like, none.
How many fingers are inside of you?
It's all dark. Yeah. He never knows how many fingers are inside of him.
Always too few.
That's what he says.
He's like, get some more up there.
I'm like, there's
only 10.
Brain. I'm like, you want me to spread him?
Oh.
He's like, I thought I spread him. All right, well, this didn't work out as great. I really thought you were going to have something to cover up, but I knew as soon as you started rattling off her life story that you would. So, yeah, go follow Michelle.
Go fuck her in New Orleans, apparently.
If you can, send us the
support her
video.
life. Support sex workers.
Support her OnlyFans. I hope hers didn't leak. Because could you imagine getting a big fat file of OnlyFans leaks and you accidentally, you're just playing videos and then it goes to Michelle getting fucked by a young black man.
By a young Kurt.
You'd do it. Would you rather?
I've been seeing this quite a bit.
I figured you had. I've got two that I've been seeing on the internet. And I think the choice is pretty clear, but I did want to talk about the
implications
in general. Monitor people already know what we're talking about, but if you're just listening.
If you're a part of the Monitor fan club, thank you.
Monitor gang, audio idiots, would you rather have dicks for fingers or testicle toes?
And there's a
lovely
interesting visual.
Yeah.
At least they got the slides.
Yeah, this is incredible. This at first confused me, and then I was like, I guess, uncircumcised dicks for fingers.
See, I almost like this because it clears up a lot of like gray area that we usually have. Because my first question would be,
if we could get this.
Because my first question would be, are they individual testicles for toes, and they're just like bouncing around, or
which
is it
I
like a
love the idea of
which
that.
just looks so goofy.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know those weird thin shoes that I wear and you can see me, like, move my toes?
Oh, yeah. But
imagine
it's
that much balls all the time.
Imagine how nice it would feel if you had the same, if your toes felt like your balls and you were able to just gently, you know, like when you get in bed and you put your toes against the comforter and you like kind of rub them around, but it's your balls. Oh, my God.
Shave your balls and do it with some silk sheets. Just rub them on there.
But then they get caught.
Yeah. The little hairs get stuck in there and then it just pulls.
No, I mean, it gets caught because you've got broken glass in your bed.
Oh.
Of course.
Well,
and sand.
Yeah.
They're always together.
Okay.
Because glass is sand. When it breaks.
You're not wrong.
It's there.
But I don't like saying you're right.
The clear winner is testicle toes. Obviously.
Yeah, you can cover those up.
But I
gotta be careful no one steps on your toes at concert.
You gotta wear steel boots.
Oh,
steel
yeah.
toes. Steel boots. I was right.
I
was right. Yep. Metatarsals, you can't even risk it.
No.
You know what I mean?
Testicle toes, you can't risk anything happening to those.
Yeah, imagine you were at the beach and someone comes through with the slides and their balls flopping over the top of them, like your toes do sometimes when you really are.
Like we're at the river, this year, and I'm
soaking your balls,
tripping balls in the river, and I just look over and there's a guy just flopping his testicle toes around because you know they're hanging low and loose because it's the summertime.
Mm-hmm. In that heat,
he's got the slides on, all dry, sandy testicles.
You'll never get them out. But
imagine get it out.
Imagine, you know, like we've just referenced it. One of the worst
Do you
parts
put socks on them?
Yeah.
Do you get like that sock fuzz all over them?
Of course.
How do you wash them in the shower?
Easily, just like I do. I don't wash my feet.
Oh yeah, you just let it all run down.
Yeah. I don't go below knees.
I feel like you got to wash your testicle toes though.
No, because there's so much soap and water.
Do they grow
there.
Pubes on them?
I think they have to.
Yeah. So do you shave your hairy ball toes?
Now, yeah, that changes everything.
Yeah, because those are some pretty clean looking nuts over there.
Thank you. But what I was gonna say is the worst part about like getting in a cold pool is when it gets to your balls. We've brought this up before. It's common knowledge. I'm sure it's bad for pussies too. We'll say that. I'll die on that hill.
I won't murder. I won't murder on that hill, but I will die on that hill. Can't feel a cold dip in your clit in cold water.
I'm not even sure what you said, but I know it'll be one of the beginning parts. But now it's the first thing you have to do. Is that better or worse? If you get right into, you know what I mean? Instead of like slowly getting to your balls and knowing,
the toe.
Now your balls are on your toes and it's double the balls, but it's immediate. And maybe on the hot sand, imagine your balls on that hot sand. You know how hot that sand got that one year?
Yeah.
Whatever the first year, I think it was, when Kurt said, I physically can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
But if it's your balls.
Oh, and then like, cause God, I was thinking about like when we were walking on like, because then like you step in the sand, there's like little sticks in it and little rocks in it, and it hurts.
Or you
really
go to
bad.
a water park.
And then you got to walk on the rocks underneath the railroad tracks there too.
Oh yeah.
Just your balls.
Well,
just
you shouldn't be
sharp.
barefoot. But like a
still,
water park.
Those are hanging over the top of the slides, my friend. So I feel like your balls are at least
you
scraping
could get like
on
a
the
better.
rocks. No slides ever. That's just got to wear those steel boots.
Well, think
to the
about
beach.
being at a water park. How like too much of it is made out of concrete. And you're
anywhere with
barefoot?
concrete.
But you're not barefoot a lot. At a water park, you're running around barefoot.
I mean, even think logistically around
the
the house,
pool,
walking on a hardwood
small
floor.
wave hits your testicles directly at the end.
Your toes
the end of the
shrink
big wave pool, just perfectly. When you sit down,
that's got to be a lot of pressure.
Sit down at the end of the wave pool. It's just the smallest perfect wave right against your 2 sets of balls. Incredible.
You get a leg cramp and the balls just cinch up like they're cold.
Oh yeah, you get a Charlie horse and you can feel it in your balls. Toes.
Oh,
this is
just
crazy.
the balls, Charlie
We're
horse.
focusing on the testicle toes, which is
fuck
for sure
dick
the
fingers.
choice.
It's so impractical and stupid.
But like, do you think if you could get away with gloves everywhere?
What am I, a psycho? Am I a weird
Yeah,
goth
you have
person?
Dick fingers.
Yeah.
I'm talking fingerless gloves. I'm just emphasizing it because you don't want your dick. Do your fingers shrivel?
Do they come?
I'm surprised it took this long to get here.
Yeah.
I've been waiting since I pulled this up.
Do they come? Do they come?
I think they could.
They could.
Do they get hard? Do they shrink when it's cold out?
I
Can
feel
you
like
not grab things as well?
Do you have to be hard to grab things? Like imagine if your teeth were soft and they had to get hard to eat.
Yeah, you constantly bring this
Because
up.
I think about having soft teeth.
I don't know why that bothers you. I think it would be fun.
I also think about what if rocks are soft and they just get like stiff because they get nervous when we touch them.
I feel like you say both of these things too often.
Because I think about them very often.
Well, keep it inside. Damn.
Why do I got to keep everything inside around you?
Because you're just constantly like, oh, what if our teeth are soft and they get hard or whatever?
Because
And
you never
also,
have an
this
answer.
is how
you
a
just tell
box
me to
office
keep it
was
inside.
created.
Yeah, you want to talk about
that
the box
one
office?
year you wouldn't stop talking about how they created a box
what to tell you.
office in front of other people.
I'm pretty sure I'm slightly
Silent.
retarded. So like,
Slightly?
Yeah. Half? Can you be half?
Yeah, it depends on the day.
On my mother's side.
Yeah.
No, on my dad's
I
side.
was gonna say I fucked your dad pretty retarded. So anyway, so are we over this? Because I have more.
I mean, we can keep going.
I was just curious about dicks for fingers mainly. Yeah, do they come? Do they get hard? Do they shrink?
I feel like they have to get hard for you to grab things.
Is it like if
Can
my?
you imagine like stocking things at a retail job with dick fingers?
I don't think I would
Just stuff
work.
flying
To be
everywhere.
completely honest with you,
You can claim that
I'd
if
like
you're
to
born
hope-
with dick
yeah.
fingers, you can claim
I'd
disability.
like to hope for disability. Also, with either of these ailments, are people gonna like make a big deal about it? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
If I show up, if I'm at Walmart at the self-check with dick fingers, are they gonna be like, you exposed yourself 10 times?
Is it technically exposing yourself if like it's your
That's
fingers?
your finger. I mean, you
And
still.
you're the only person in the world
I
with this
think you
condition.
still can't just have a penis around. You know what I
You
mean?
can't just, you can't just have it out.
I mean, I would love to take this to the Supreme Court. I
Yeah.
know someone will be my
a
lawyer pro bono.
Walmart kicks you out, and then you're just like, we got to sue Walmart for discrimination against the guy with dick
And I'm like, I don't
fingers.
even want the money. I want to blaze a trail for people like me in the future to not be
dick
shunned
fingers.
because of a
So that
birth
when a-
defect.
So that when a baby
I'm
is
my own
born,
lawyer.
yeah,
Fuck this.
Yeah, fuck everyone.
During my beautiful closing argument, my fingers are getting rock
so
hard. Two of
They're
them
just
come.
pre-coming a little bit. They're just dripping a
Yeah,
little
do
bit.
they all come together? If they do come, let's say they do come.
No, I
'cause
feel like it's got to be
extra
like a regular. Well,
It's like
because
those,
I think you got to think about how your nervous system is set up here. Because if each one has like blood flow to like get them hard, I feel like they each would need an equal amount of stimulation to get them going.
Could it be like those water fountains at an ice mall where they like spray at different times?
You like
But it's just me
coordinate it and
coming.
stuff like that. I'm saying, how good does it feel to come to like 10 times like that? Yeah, because how good does one orgasm feel? Think about
It's all right.
Think about 11.
Yeah. I don't.
Just 11.
What? Yeah, you're
10
sure.
girls sucking on your fingers. 12, because you get both.
You get both. Yeah. I don't know why we're always like
Just
all right,
laying there, spread eagle, getting your dick sucked, ball toe sucked, and all 10 of your dick fingers sucked, like Jesus up on the cross, getting all of his dick parts sucked.
That is how he died for our sins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like at the end of all our Would You Rathers, we always put them together. Like, we can't choose. Give us both the bad things.
Yeah, and they're just
I
like,
got dick fingers, balls. Yeah.
that's how you die.
You have a career in porn
Yeah.
with the dick fingers.
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
for sure.
The testicle toes.
I mean, you're
going
gonna be a joke like Ron Jeremy. But
What about
like,
when you stub your testicle toe on your table?
but just the edge of it?
Yeah, like when you stub your toe bad, and you're like, oh my god.
And you think this is it? This is how I die?
They say most people break a toe without realizing it from shit like that.
I believe it.
So you break a testicle?
Can you? It would rupture. I feel like.
There's only one way to find out. It becomes the size of a coconut. Now shoes are completely out of the
Blue.
question.
Yeah, you can't even get your socks on in the
I
morning.
got my blue balls.
I feel like that also qualifies for disability. Having testicle toes.
I don't know. I feel like they would try to not let you have that one. You can put that, like I said, steel shoes.
Do you got to get them? If you got to get a vasectomy, do you got to get all 3 of your sacs cut?
I don't know. Do you think sperm can travel up your
I actually had this thought. Yeah, is there like your vas deferens tube going up both your legs?
It's your Achilles tendon.
So
that's what they snip.
Oh.
To give you a vasectomy.
Oh. And then you're just.
You hate to live through it.
You hate to think about it.
All right, moving on to a more serious one. Would you rather have dick-sized nipples or a nipple-sized dick?
Dick-sized nipples.
Of course. But again, let's get into...
Yeah, let's get into it.
Let's get into how this would work. Like I said, both of these, you know the answer immediately, especially with this graph.
Yeah, because why are the balls also so small?
I mean...
Monitor people, you're going to have to zoom in for this one.
Do you want your balls to be big? If you have a nipple-sized dick, wouldn't you want small balls just to make it at least?
Once again, I feel like you definitely have a career in porn. Like...
For the nipple-sized dick?
If you're going in with 10 dick fingers, you can go in with a nipple-sized dick.
No one wants to see that.
Well, nobody wants to see 10 dick fingers.
I would for sure watch the 10
Would you
dick
jerk
finger
off to
porno.
10 dick fingers?
It depends how hot it is.
I mean,
is there 10 different women?
But all the
perfectly
how do
put
you
together. You can do it. I hate when
gotta
people
be
want
underneath.
to crush my dreams and say
No, I'm not trying to crush your dreams. It can be done, but what's the positioning? Because you can't just
It can be in some butts, and it can be in some little ladies, some tall ladies, a couple guys. I don't give a shit. 10 dick fingers.
Like big girls, itty bitty girls, little 5'8", little piece of shit girls that I can stick all 10 of my dick fingers in.
That sounded crazy.
Yeah, that's the Dapper Dad's
But we got to talk about dick-sized nipples.
Oh, yeah. Are they as sensitive?
Because that's not great.
You got to tape them down, I feel like. Like, you got to get that runner's... When it's cold,
and then they
they
rip the tape off.
Oh, can you imagine?
On your shirt.
Okay, because like I know actors have this thing where like they will tape their dick to their leg like during a sex scene.
We
so
all do
like
that, yeah.
so like they're not actually like rubbing their hard dick on
Right.
some because it can happen, you know.
Yeah,
like
the friction.
If you're simulating sex, there's definitely
That's all I'm doing anymore.
Yeah, tell me about it.
You can't call what I'm doing real life.
Yeah,
sex.
I haven't had real sex in 17 years. But yeah, I definitely. Can you imagine them getting so hard they rip the nipple tape off? Because that stuff's supposed to hold for like runners and stuff like that.
For your nipple, your normal nipple.
Yeah, but
you're taping down a penis, and it's getting hard.
Okay, so I feel like
I think the tape can rip pretty
so like
easy.
you know how
if you get one of those real rock hard boners that we love to reminisce about,
yeah, that we never have
that
anymore.
could detach the tape.
And
that has to hurt as well.
Okay, you know when like someone is transgender and like they're a woman who wants to transition into a man, and so some people will bind their chest to like really make their chest look flat.
Right.
I feel like that's the only solution is to bind them to your chest because there's no way they're gonna rip through a bind. You know, if your dick nipples get so hard they rip through a bind. My dick was never even so hard in my youth that it would rip through something. Like it would just press on the fabric really hard.
Well, yeah, but it's not. Fabric was not tight enough.
Like those random boners you would get in school when you're just like sitting there in class.
I never
and then,
really
like,
got school boners.
Oh, I got boners.
But I got hard young boners. I remember hard young cocks.
I remember hard young dicks in my youth.
But like,
logistically, it sucks because you have to like.
Yeah, you could wear like a corset.
That's what I'm saying. You just bind your chest with like some wrap every day, and like you gotta. I mean, you could lie to people and say it's like back support or something like that. Yeah. Upper back support.
Let's say to make it interesting that you can't.
Why?
Because that's what we have to do with Would You Rathers. This one, of course, I'll do almost anything to not.
I'll do anything to not have a small dick.
Can we emphasize
I'll do anything
that?
to not have a small dick.
Is it my nipple?
Is it like an average nipple?
Yeah. Well, you've seen my nipple.
I've seen some nipples that are like.
I've seen some big nipples.
I've seen some big nipples in person.
Even the biggest nipple is still the tiniest dick.
Right. Put that on a shirt.
I know. I want that to be.
Put that on.
I don't know. Engraved on something. It's a memorial bench for me. Even the biggest nipple is still the tiniest dick, and I'm alive still.
Touching
for sure.
A butterfly.
Yeah,
for
I'm
some
still
reason.
for sure alive. I'm at the bench all the time. Like
there's also like a gold statue of you like being hugged by children and
with
like
dick
woodland
nipples.
Critters around you with just hard dick nipples and a nipple-sized dick too. Like you have both.
No, why did we always say you have to get both at the end?
Like, oh yeah, I guess I didn't hang up the speakerphone when I was done. Yeah, wouldn't it be funny if it also had a nipple-sized dick and a dick-sized nipple?
But like,
how does it happen?
How do I get off? I can still get off, right? Yeah,
you're like
Well, like could hypothetically a person just lick it like a
clit?
like a nipple?
I feel like you
like
just have
clit.
a
Yeah, you have a little
a
clit.
clit with some little balls. That's what you got.
Yeah.
It's just a little clit that, I mean, does it ejaculate a normal amount of ejaculate? Because that's crazy. Well, because I feel like the urethra is also so small. It's almost like the hole in a toilet for farts where like it's just like you're not going to get your shit through it. You just have to get your farts through it. Is it going to like hurt having that much cum come out at once, or is it all just streamlined to where like it never stops?
Well, it'd be like hard to pump, you know what I mean?
I mean, I feel like if it's just getting licked, it's going to get stimulated enough to the point where it does something.
It'll do something, yeah. If it's getting licked, because you could lick the shit out of a nipple-sized dick. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it's like a clit. Like, you lick a clit enough and it gets off. It's like, I feel like
I
the
wouldn't
same
know.
thing. Yeah, well, I mean, if it exists, first of all, that's still up for major debate.
Yeah, it's about as common as a nipple-sized dick. Am I right?
Nature's Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, I don't really know.
Yeah, you could lick the shit. Oh, because just imagine, like, because that probably feels really good if you got like a nipple-sized dick.
Yeah, it would.
Because
Does
does it get
better?
Does it get bigger when it gets hard, or is it like a nipple where sometimes where it like shrivels together when it gets hard? And
I feel like it's like
smaller?
a nipple where it gets hard,
but it's still
not...
a dick. It's just a nipple-sized dick.
Yeah, I mean,
so it has to get hard. I mean, I'm a grower, not a shower, and so it's
you
like
say it constantly.
Yeah, because I want people to know that I'm not ashamed of it.
It kind of feels like when you point it out all the time that there's
a lot of shame. So let's not talk about it. But like, I still feel like it has to get hard.
Yeah, but nipples get hard too. Like right now, my nipple is soft, but it can get hard, but it doesn't.
My nipples were so hard the other day, I could see them through my dress shirt, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
It's a dick.
I was like, "It's not that cold in here." Am I just so lustful right now?
Do your nipples get hard when you sneeze?
I've never noticed if they do.
Okay, because someone mentioned this to me, and there's...
I'll check next time.
Right. Pull your belly out and check your nipples.
Oh, yeah, we still haven't coordinated that properly.
It's difficult.
We got to get some black pepper.
The best thing that came out of that sketch was that belly sneeze thing. Go watch our first sketch. It's on everything. Anyway, yeah, it's apparently a thing where some people's nipples will get hard when they sneeze.
I've heard of this.
I've had it happen from time to time, but not regularly. A friend of mine had it across the board. Hard nipples. He'd sneeze and be like, "Look, look, they're so hard.
Look, I can prove it.
Look at my nipples." Same thing with his dick, which was weirder. But yeah, I had another point about this, but I really don't know what else there is to say.
Yeah, I don't know what else there is.
Definitely taking the dick size nipples.
Yeah.
Is it my dick size?
Yeah.
So I have 3 of the same cock, and 2 of them are on my nipples.
Essentially, but one's a cock.
My chest is hairier then?
Because they're still nipples. They're just the size of dicks.
Yeah.
They're not dicks on your chest.
I keep forgetting that.
They're just nipples
then I wouldn't
that are the
be
size
as embarrassed. Because imagine going to the beach and pulling out, I mean, it's still they would hang lower than now that I think about how long they look because I have this long dick. Thin,
imagine you're fucking with your shirt off and your nipples are just like bucking up a little bit.
Does she suck on them a little bit?
Imagine if she does. Do you want someone to do that?
I don't like nipples.
Is that like an acceptance thing if she sucks on your dick size nipple? Like licks them at least?
That's a big acceptance.
What if she just grabs it? Like, what if she just like grabs both of them like udders? Yeah.
A teat?
Like she's riding you and like she just like, no, you're on top of her.
I was going to say,
hanging
it's
down
worse if she's on top of me.
She's just like milking you.
Picks them up because they're not
she's
even hanging.
She's like, bitch, I'm a cow. Moo.
I don't know. All right. Are we done with this?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm over it.
All right. Finally. Is the Kool Aid Man the jar or the liquid? This is brought to us by @PizzaStrike. I want to make sure there's some artwork
there's
here.
Some credit.
I'm assuming Instagram. Find them. Figure it out. But yes, this is a question that...
I'm trying to think of the implication, because here's what I'm thinking. Does he die when all the... If he is just the jar, does he die when all the liquid's poured out?
I feel like we're both going to be lawyers here, but I think we're on the same point. I've always worked under the assumption if you were to throw a rock through the Kool Aid Man's pitcher, when he leaked out, he would be dead.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Because of the leaking out, not because of the hole.
So, because I assumed the Kool-Aid was like his blood. Yeah,
yes,
that's what I always thought.
Blood, organs, skin. That's how I've always went about it.
Yeah, but it's like his. But
a point is to be made about the pitcher possibly being the whole thing.
Yeah, there's a point to be made about how contaminated his blood and organs would get then, because he's just an open pitcher.
Well,
of
I don't
Kool-Aid
think we can put our bodies onto
our understanding of anatomy onto Kool-Aid Man.
Because he could be like a pool that's full of debris. And it might not matter.
There's just leaves because he's crashing through walls. He's got to have like drywall and nails and shit. Because that has to be some
of nails.
See, I don't think you could throw a rock through him, because if he can burst through a wall, because he's traditionally very big when he bursts through that wall.
Than most.
So that means he's hitting every stud on the way through and just blowing them out of the way. So if this thing is so powerful that it can burst through studs in a whole wall without even getting like a crack in the facade of it has to be some incredibly strong glass. So I don't know how anybody's just throwing a rock through it.
How could it be strong if his arms and legs are able to move so freely, though?
Once again, we can't put our understanding of physics and logic onto the Kool Aid Man, apparently. Because, yeah, the legs and the arms. So,
if I drop a cinder block off of a roof, it's going through.
One would assume, yeah.
Because I just got to know how to kill him in case the day comes.
I mean, I feel like
I've always pictured rock, but you make a solid point. Although I recently read a fact that said if you are in a room and the walls are made of drywall, you're never trapped. You can get through them.
You can punch through it, yeah, but you got to like slide. You got to be thin enough to slide between two studs.
Right. The studs are definitely the problem.
That's what I'm saying. He's bursting through like support in the wall and not shattering. So he's got to be strong. Like you're gonna have to drop like a big cinder block off of a pallet of them to kill him.
I think it's one cinder block.
Well, it's like dropping a penny off the Eiffel Tower, you know, with the trajectory and
exactly
leave a crack in the sidewalk.
Yeah, and it just goes through his crotch because I get him. I middle him.
Oh, he thinks he's just like his water broke or something.
Yeah, he thinks his pregnancy is finally coming.
Yeah. Oh,
his 17-year
the Kool Aid Man was a
pregnancy.
woman. Oh yeah.
Oh, the Kool Aid.
Kool Aid Man's been around for 17 years. He's been around a lot longer than that.
I know. I just threw a number out there. I feel like I did.
How
look
long
at
has the Kool Aid
Wikipedia.
Man been around? Since the 60s?
Are we gonna have to do this?
Yeah.
The Kool Aid Man Wikipedia.
Oh, the Kool Aid Man fan Wikipedia.
Oh, I don't even have a fucking
browser open.
Oh, you hate to experience it live on the air.
Oh, the unpreparation.
Yeah, I closed my tabs so
Thank
you
God.
wouldn't look at them.
Yeah, because I'm gonna.
You judged them.
No, people on the internet who are in the Monitor fan club are going to take screenshots and zoom in and see what your searches are.
Well, I have some I look up a lot of shit. You know
1954
what I mean?
prototype version.
Well, that was the prototype. You are the prototype. That song was about the Kool Aid Man?
Then the official version came out in 74, so they were working on this for 20 years?
Yeah. Well, that was like a pitch. I guarantee it. They wanted to create an image. Someone's like, it's just a big picture, which that's God. Imagine being an ad agency back in the day when you could be like, he's just a pitcher, and no one had thought of that yet.
What a slogan! A 5-cent package makes 2 quarts.
Yeah, that doesn't really ring off as great. But yeah, so 1974.
Okay, so he's a walking, talking 6 foot tall pitcher. So he's 6 feet
cherry
tall.
Kool-Aid.
Mm.
So this
is horrifying.
Yeah, that I remember the.
That looks like
ones.
something out of a snuff film.
In implying that it's cherry Kool-Aid, then that does make me backpedal a bit in believing that the liquid is his organs and blood. It's simply the Kool-Aid. And if you pour out the Kool-Aid,
then
the face
pour
would still
the
be on the
dehydrated youngsters a glass of Kool-Aid from his own pitcher. So he would pour out his own lifeblood to give to the children in the commercial.
That actually, I'm glad we looked that up because that makes a pretty valid point.
So then does the Kool-Aid...
Are they drinking his blood? Is the Kool-Aid Man Christ?
I don't think we can't not say it once we've already said it.
Right.
He's called Captain Kool-Aid in Canada. He is a male. They wanted to specify that he is a male.
He had a short-lived comic book series.
I don't get why he has to have clothes on now. Why can't he be naked like he was?
Yeah, it's just this PC world we live in. In 2020, he appeared alongside Mr. Clean in a commercial for fellow Kraft Heinz product Planters, shown as an attendee of the funeral of Mr. Peanut. So they were all friends? So you're telling me there was a wild night out where it was Mr. Clean, the Kool Aid Man, and Mr. Peanut just tying one on at a bar?
What are the other Heinz products? Like, what are some other Heinz, like, mascots?
A lot of shit. I don't know about mascots.
I remember seeing that commercial during the Super Bowl, but, like, the sad Kool-Aid Man.
The Kool Aid Man's tears at the end of the funeral for Mr. Peanut.
Yeah. Did you not see this?
No, I didn't.
Oh, my God.
I read that
wild.
they backpedaled the commercial because of Kobe dying, and they didn't even air it.
No, I saw it I saw it during the Super Bowl.
I didn't watch the Super Bowl. Time Magazine included Kool Aid Man on a list of top 10 creepiest product mascots. Jeez.
Saying, our biggest gripe with Kool Aid Man, why did he have to cause such a mess every time he entered the scene?
That doesn't make him creepy. That makes him uncleanly.
How does a 6-foot jug of Kool-Aid get into a house? He's not coming in through the door.
I like that I've already watched this.
Yeah, I like that it comes up that at some point you've watched an old Kool-Aid commercial.
Watch it. Because I feel like there's a really weird one. I don't remember what. We haven't figured out the sound yet, but I will play the Kool-Aid commercial so we can at least look at it. This is not the one we were reading about. Jesus Christ.
See, that makes sense.
That is kind of a big deal.
Yeah, that's a big thing that's bursting through. Like, see, look at that.
No, I mean fucking up the scoreboard for the baseball game.
That's a huge deal.
That even seemed difficult.
Just walking through a fence.
The fence would probably be the easiest.
Yeah, I would also be terrified. Okay, so he has a set. Okay,
this is like a mashup of.
Okay, he's got a hat on.
Yeah, he was a chef, or was that to keep him?
Oh, Kool Aid World.
Huh. Yeah.
Okay, just knocks over the trophy case.
Yeah, that's
and then
what I
wins
mean.
the game.
And now the refs
and
are
puts
one.
2 men into a shirt.
Huh.
Wow.
Yeah, brick wall is what really paints a picture. Why was he always against adults? Also,
because adults don't enjoy Kool-Aid, which is a lie. Because I love Kool-Aid.
So yeah, we've learned a lot. Does anything that you just learned change your opinion?
No, the pitcher is like his body, and his organs are the Kool-Aid inside.
I feel the same. I think one of my biggest problems is the pitcher is what maintains the face, correct?
Yeah, so I feel like it's on the outside of the pitcher then,
right.
And it moves like I said, their anatomy is very different.
This is just liquid. This image.
So take away the face on
right.
that.
This image makes you think twice because you're seeing a face on it. It gives life to something that's simply.
I feel like
blood
if he was the liquid, the face would look distorted inside of the pitcher.
Right, at all times.
At all times, and depending on the light coming through. Yeah, and then there's also bullshit floating through it. So like, I feel like the face, like none of it's attached. Like it's all just floating around in a weird thing of thick Kool-Aid.
Why is the Kool-Aid so thick?
Because I mean, like if it's his blood and
like
stuff,
special.
I mean, I feel like if
he's
been around since the 70s, so like I feel like that Kool-Aid has some shit in it. He's burst through a bunch of walls. It's got to be some thick Kool-Aid.
New blood.
Because I mean, if he's giving away his blood, do you
want to taste him?
Yeah,
because I do more now after talking.
Do you think it's like a self?
Do
you think it's like those fish tanks? You know where people like get the fish tanks and they put like the plants inside that eat algae and it stops. It's like a self-cleaning fish tank. Do you think it's like a self-cleaning liquid that like cleans out all the shit in it? Like, because technically, if we're talking about it, like that would be his digestive system and stuff in there too. So is he like just digesting the shit that falls in through the walls?
Attributes on him.
But I'm saying, if he's if he's human-esque, he has to have some type of. He must need food. He must need sustenance to make energy. He has to have something come in to make more of the Kool-Aid that he loses.
I'm more concerned about his relationship with Mr. Planner and Mr. Peanut.
I'm more concerned that for some reason his tears...
Mr. Peanut and Mr. Clean. Mr. Planner is dead. He's my father.
Himself. I'm more concerned about the fact that his tears caused Mr. Peanut to give birth to a baby post-mortem.
I think it just grew... his baby.
No, because I saw it. Because what happened is he's in the ground. He's dead. Everyone's standing around him.
Yeah, but Mr. Peanut didn't give birth, did he?
No, but he starts crying. These plants come out of the ground, and then suddenly like a baby peanut is sprouted from the plant.
Yeah, well that doesn't sound.
So it's like he gave his body so that peanut baby can be born. Mr. Peanut funeral canceled.
Yeah, I mean, he gave himself so...
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I watched that one. We're going to have to watch a TV version of it? Yeah, I think they, didn't continue airing it. Okay.
Yeah, this is it.
All right. We don't know what was said. Okay, so, wow, yeah. That's weird.
And he's naked here.
That's
okay,
how
so
you're
see,
traditionally been.
He cries. Okay. Yeah, the plant sprouts.
Mm-hmm.
And then the baby peanut's in there. So it's like the baby was birthed from his dead body, but it was the combination of a reaction from Kool-Aid's tears onto Mr. Peanut's corpse.
Dead Mr. Peanut did not give birth, is what I was trying to say. But yeah, it is bizarre that the Kool-Aid Man's tear helped.
Right, like would it not have happened
embryo?
If the Kool-Aid Man hadn't cried?
I don't know. I think it would have just been
You think
water.
If Mr. Clean dropped like one clean tear onto it, it would have happened?
I don't know, because
that's got to be some big tears coming out of that guy. It looked big when it dropped onto the dirt pile.
It did. If I had to guess, Kool-Aid Man's tears are large for sure. But I also would never have guessed that they would be tear.
How do you think they breed? Do you think they just pour some of their Kool-Aid into another pitcher and it like turns into one?
Yeah, you got to mix up the Kool-Aid like when you were a kid and you ever make 2 Kool-Aids and then put them together and they taste like shit.
Yeah, it tastes real bad.
It's just like a baby.
And then it's like just an ugly like blackish green color.
Yeah, it's never what you want to.
Yeah, it's
be
never
seen
like
drinking.
a good color
Yeah.
for some reason.
And you're like, these two colors, these are primary.
I'll mix
colors.
lemon, lime, and lemonade together, and it'll be really good. And then it's black for some reason, and you're like,
Everything is
how?
black. So yeah, tell us all of the things we've just covered, but mainly, what do you think the Kool Aid Man is? Or what's alive?
I think he's a viscous slime.
And then this is the submission that comes from Budden, and the email is push@dick.com. It says you can push a button that will either remove 2 inches from your current dick or give you 3 inches with a bigger girth to even it out to a nice big penis. Do you push the button?
I can't afford to lose 2 inches, so no.
I know. I also feel the same way.
I cannot afford to lose 2. I'm just being honest with the people. I cannot afford to lose 2 inches off my fucking dick.
I think a lot of people can't afford to lose 2. I mean,
think about 2 inches on your dick.
I can afford to lose 2 inches, but then I have
like,
then
you're suffering.
Dick. Which I feel like I'm at a point in my life, not everybody's seeing my penis anymore, so I feel like I could, like, people would understand, but then to say, like, I gambled my dick away.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
you have to confess that.
But the curiosity will
you have to go home
my
to your
life.
girl and explain to her that you gambled.
But
honey, it could have been 3 inches bigger. But it's not, is it?
Well, I mean, yeah, if you come home with a bigger penis, you gotta explain that too.
No, it's just you're just like, come here, and you just fuck her with this huge dick.
Yeah, you just show it, and she has no question. She's like, finally.
She's just like, Jesus, she comes harder than she's ever come. Okay. She's screaming. She's like, I faked every orgasm until now.
This sounds a lot personal. Like my life.
Yeah.
If I get 3 inches and a nicer girth, I'm showing it in public.
Oh yeah, I'm showing it off.
Immediately,
3 more inches.
I'm putting it on tables and bars.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the biggest asshole you've ever met. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 inches is big.
I bet you want to see my dick, like.
Yeah. Especially, yeah, I mean,
you want to see this big special? I'm not doing it, but God, just think about if you
feel
won.
Like it would be so hard for me not to, because it will drive me crazy.
What if you lose the 2 inches?
Is it like a fucking Deal or No Deal where they're like, look at what you did, and then they open the case and you had the number, and you're like, fuck. Like if you're like, no, I can't do this, and they're like, all right, and then someone else hits the button, they're like, oh my God, my dick is huge, and they show you this big dick, and you're like, no.
If I had gone second, I would have done.
That's when I kill myself, is because I didn't pick. Not even going second. You could have done it.
Yeah, like because
it was loaded to give you a big dick.
Yeah.
But then if I press it, I know I get the small.
I wouldn't
dick.
want to watch anyone else press it. That would be my big bugaboo with it. I don't think I could watch anyone else press it. You know someone's pressing it, getting bigger dick.
Well, they show. I thought you were lipping it, like making out with it. They show you for sure what the outcome is. That's how this shit always works. You got to bring that up. Yeah. Yeah. Fucking failure. You're a fucking failure.
I love you too, buddy.
Look, you're tilting it. You're shaking it. It's not your tiny dick. Come on. But yeah, they for sure show you. You know what I mean? Just because that's how it always works.
They have like a weird like program that's like, here's what your dick would have looked like if you had gotten it.
Or the guy just reaches over and presses the button and it says bigger dick. And then he's like,
that's the worst. He just reaches over and been like, look what you could have got.
That's exactly what happens. He reaches over, presses it. It says bigger dick. Your dick shrinks 3 inches now, and you're like, you didn't tell me. And
it goes on to his. He gets the 3.
Yeah, and he shows you just a dick.
Is that
that's a collection of all the men that turned it down?
I was gonna say, is this button like, does it give and take away at the same
from
time?
Someone else.
Like you
then
take
I'm
it from
for
someone?
sure pressing it. You're like, we both come down here. I come down here first on time, try it. And I'm happy. And then you come down sad. And I'm like, boy, do I have some news for you. And you're like,
me too.
I know, I've had a terrible week. And I'm like, my dick got bigger. And you're like, my dick got smaller. Then I show you my dick, and it's very clearly your dick on the top of my dick.
Yeah, it's
like I have 2 heads, but they're like, what my regular head is like
sewn onto a
it's just
first
plopped
3
on top.
inches of mine.
No, the 3 inches from your dick, basically your whole dick, is plopped on top of mine.
Joke's on you thinking I got 3 inches to give.
Then they flesh it out for some girth. But it's clearly your penis. Yeah. I almost said something that you can only hear over at www.patreon.com/dapperdads. There is a dick thing that has been said that is a real thing, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I know. Because I'm always looking at your dick. Yeah, I don't know. The curiosity will kill the cat.
Yeah.
Curiosity will smother my cock.
I mean,
especially if this man. Imagine a person who collects dick power from people, and he just makes
But okay, so in that case, do you take all the dick power and store it up for some like a grand night with like the hottest woman you can bag, or do you just like? Does it just happen as soon as you get it?
I think it just happens as soon as you get it.
What,
I do like storing up dick energy for a special occasion.
Yeah, just like being
That's
able.
incredible.
Imagine. Well, I mean, I think you can. It's
like
called you just don't constantly jerk off.
I don't even know if it's that. I think it's like Viagra too.
A Viagra mixed with constantly. Imagine if you didn't jerk off for like a week and then took a Viagra.
And then
do you
fuck
come
the person to death?
Because traditionally Viagra makes it so like you don't come for a long time.
Right.
So like but if you didn't,
and just a big firm, hard cock.
Yeah, but just imagine if like you didn't come for a week and then you took a Viagra.
Yeah, I mean, eventually you're gonna come, and I think it's gonna
be. Eventually, you have to.
Shocking what happens. It's gonna push people away.
If you take Viagra and you have dick fingers, does it affect all the fingers, or since like it's going to so many dicks, do you have to take more Viagra to make them all hard?
I think it depends, because I heard something recently where someone was talking about how like they took an entire Viagra and it was like 13 hours.
Are you not supposed to take a whole one?
It's because it's for people who have erectile dysfunction. So if you don't, then you know what I mean? You're just on top of it. So it like goes away. But it takes like even if you come, you still have a hard dick for like 13 hours.
I think I might have to get a Viagra just to play around a little bit.
13 hours? I don't think you're understanding.
Take a Saturday off.
That's still too long.
Yeah, it's far too long.
So they
I'm not saying it's not.
They were saying take not even half, like take like a little chip of it, like break it apart, snort a bunch of Viagra, like. Oh, fuck time. Snort 5 Viagra pills.
I would say if you have 10 dick fingers, you got to take 10 Viagras to make them work.
I think if you have a normal working dick, hypothetically, of course.
If you have 11 normal working dicks.
If you have a normal working one dick and you get 10 dick fingers.
Which I don't, but
then I think a Viagra could work. You know what I mean? If you have a non-functioning penis that you're trying to get hard with Viagra, then you might have to up. I don't know. I like to think that, you know how like it's always referenced in things, and I really don't know where it comes from, but like the Michael Jackson person who has the 5 other people as like a costume. It's in Simpsons. It's been in like a million things. That's how I picture these dick fingers. It's like mine operates.
Do they all move in tandem then?
Well, I think like it's basically everything's the same as my main penis. You know what I mean?
So it's all connected.
Right. So I picture them all getting hard together basically. Coming similarly, but like how my dick functions, like when it gets like anxiety, when it shrivels up, that's how my fingers work too.
Okay, now let's mash this up. What if you have 10 dick fingers and you press the button? Do you lose 2 inches off of every dick finger, or do you get 3 inches on every dick finger plus some added girth?
That's where I'll walk away, because I don't. I mean,
you've already been cursed with dick fingers. Yeah. Why are you even considering pressing the button?
Definitely don't want 3 more. This is the one time I'll say I don't want 3 more inches on my penis. I was going
to say, just imagine giant, like...
Yeah, they just get bigger to where you can't even, like, cup your hands anymore.
You're, like, trying to drive it. It's like when you get, like, those Halloween gloves that are, like, the witchy fingers, and you can, like, flop them around like that. Yeah, they're just like that over the steering wheel. It's like you have the most...
next to you and you just have big floppy.
Can you imagine just, like, okay, driving home drunk, 2 a.m.
No, okay. I can't imagine that.
Allegedly, driving, little buzzed, doing some day drinking. Let's say
buzz driving is drunk driving.
Shut the fuck up.
This episode of the Dapper Dads is brought to you by
Alcoholics Anonymous.
Okay, fair enough. That's bad too.
Yeah, 13-step program, Christ-based. You know.
Yeah, I've learned a lot. I've totally taken my addiction, turned it into chain smoking cigarettes and talking about God instead of drinking.
There's nothing I love more than slicking my hair back with gel so it looks wet, putting on my black frame glasses and a white T-shirt, and standing out in public smoking cigarettes, holding a Bible up, talking about how Jesus saved my life from addiction. And do you have any meth, for the love of God? Because I need some so bad. This Jesus shit sucks. It is not as good as a meth high.
So we're driving home sober, and you
know we're at a stoplight, traditionally singing Uptown Girl very loud. But let's say for topical sake, we're singing Rascal as loud as humanly possible.
RMR Rascal.
Screaming and just sobbing. And we look over, and we see someone looking at us disapprovingly because, we're fucked up. And they just have 10 gigantic dick fingers flopped over their steering wheel, and they wiggle them.
Oh, my God.
They wiggle high to you like that with the dick finger. No, they point one like that and they beckon you to come over with a
my dick fingers. I don't want to harp back on the dick fingers, but when do they have the same dexterity as my fingers when they're not hard?
Yeah, that's what I was imagining.
Okay.
I'm imagining when they are hard, they still have the same dexterity.
Yeah, I feel like they might have to get hard because if you picture normal dick, I can make my dick do that like pulse jump a little bit.
Everybody can. That
but
dick
so
jump
like,
thing.
what if that's all I can do with my fingers and I gotta constantly be aroused to get them hard to do normal everyday tasks like lift a box, a team lift, and I've got dick fingers.
Just gotta constantly think about butt cheeks so you can lift boxes.
That's not gonna do anything for me, especially if I have to constantly be aroused.
You gotta have a Bluetooth earpiece in with a girl saying "Don't come in me" all day just so you can lift boxes.
I think
at work.
Eventually I'm gonna be up in the ante.
Yeah, eventually because you're gonna get desensitized
watching
by it.
68-year-old Onlyfans with you, of course.
You hate to
You're
see
like,
it
yo, I've got a couple bookmarked. I've got my my
you
favorites.
need something weird, you say?
Oh, why don't you take your 10 dick fingers down to old New Orleans?
New
Orleans.
Why don't you just borrow this 4 terabyte hard drive I have specifically for weird porn? Don't drop it, you fucking idiot.
It's just
stupid. What do you got, dick fingers? Oh wait, I am so sorry. Oh
sorry,
my
I
God.
came all over the 4 terabyte thing. Turns out I'm really into large hard drives recently.
Fucking dick fingers. I am so sorry.
Yeah,
we definitely don't call you that behind your back when you're not around.
We're out at a bar having a good time, and I hear someone at the table behind us like, and he fumbled the football like he's got dick fingers, and I'm just like, and you're like, do you want me to say something? I'm like, no, I'd prefer to just leave.
I'm like, I get it, man. I get it. We don't.
You walk out, you've got your arm around me like it's okay, and then you turn, you're like, real fucking nice. Some people don't have the same fingers as everyone else.
You know, not everybody can be blessed with 10 normal fucking digits like the rest of us.
What did I even say?
And the guy's just like.
And then he sees my dick fingers. He's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, hey. And I accidentally punch a woman in the face with my dick fingers.
Oh, that's assault. Is it sexual assault if you slap someone with dick fingers?
Sexual assault?
It's got to be.
Yeah.
It has to be.
I think no one's
The cop's not going to know what to do when he shows up, but that's what he's going to call
You can't
it.
handcuff me because I let my dicks get limp and I slide out. I got to
know
handcuff each of my individual dicks. Little handcuffs.
They have a little
yeah, those
handcuffs.
little ones you can get out of the machine.
You got to link these together, and
Has
then you got
anyone
to
ever
link
put
the
one of
thumbs
those
together.
tiny handcuffs on their
the
dick?
But then what are you putting the other handcuff on?
Another dick?
Oh, some gay couple had to have.
Oh my
did
God,
something
I'd
bondage,
look
has
at
to have done
that.
it.
That would be exciting.
Would you?
Yeah.
That's exciting.
My dad. Where do you think this is going?
I don't know why you're putting your hand over your heart to tell this story. It's weird.
My father.
Yeah.
All right.
There's just a flag behind you with some light.
My dad had a leather jacket for a long time, and there was nothing on it except he had those 2 little handcuffs, and they were like on a pocket, and it was like a pocket to zipper thing, and it looked really cool, and I was always like, those cool handcuffs.
Are you saying that we should handcuff our
dicks together? Yeah.
The ultimate Chinese finger trap?
Some say. You don't have
the
to
American
touch dicks.
finger trap.
You don't have to touch dicks.
Oh, but they're so
There's
tiny.
some slack.
Like,
Yeah,
it's like you're trying to like
close.
Yeah, like and
if I
hurts.
recall correctly, I think to get out of those handcuffs, you have to push it all the way through.
Yeah, so like there's no way.
We do it as a joke and then we're trapped
for like hours.
Yeah, we're like, hey,
Netflix, get at
no
us.
one will take us. We go to the hospital and they're like, real fucking funny.
We just
and then
got
they say a bad word.
Real fucking funny bad F words, and we're like, what kind of?
But they say
hospital is
that.
this?
And you're
It's
like,
a teaching hospital. That doesn't mean anything with what I just asked.
This.
No, you shouldn't be teaching hate to people like this. Oh no,
you guys should be handcuffing your cocks. Together.
Okay, we're not here to say that what's wrong and what's right. We just need some help, okay, buddy?
Please, I need help. It's cutting off circulation.
Please, I need help.
I got hard and it was regrettable.
Please, I need help. It's just purple and it's just like throbbing.
Only the top of it.
I'm
They're
like, how can you be so hard right now?
Yeah. I'm like, that's how mine always
I'm
looks.
like, mine slid off when I got soft 30 minutes ago. I've just been
well, then what's the problem?
I just like being this close to my buddy.
I mean, there's only one way to find out. Let's handcuff our cocks.
The night is young.